We're staying in our metal plate _002.dwg file. And now that we've created our text styles, we're going to utilize some different types of text in the drawing. We're going to place some labels in the model tab, and we're going to place some notes in one of the layout tabs. Now, before we do that, a little bit of housekeeping. Jump to your layers panel on the home tab on the ribbon, and make sure you go to the layer drop down, and you want to be using the text layer as your current layer. Always try and make sure that you're using the right layer when you place objects in your drawings. It saves time later. We're going to zoom in on the right hand end of the sectional view and the side view here. So you want to get in nice and tight like that and pan across like that. Now we've got the labels model 15mm as the current text style there. So we're going to click on the text flyout here and select single line text. Come into the drawing area, and then we're going to right click and select justify. Now there's lots of different justifications for single line text: left, center, right, and so on. You then get to these weird ones with abbreviations like TL, TC, and so on. If I say that TL is top left, TC is top center, and so on, you start to get the idea of what they are. Now, we need the middle left, which is going to be ML, that one there. So it's going to be in the middle on the left. So I want that one there. So we want the middle left point of the text. And I'm going to select that midpoint snap there. Make sure your object snaps are on. Now, as you move away, you'll be prompted for the rotation angle of your text. We need it to be 0, which is the default horizontal. We're using default settings in AutoCAD. So just press enter to accept the 0. And you'll see a flashing cursor appear. Can you see that there? On the edge of the sectional view. So what we're going to type there is section view. Like that. And then we're going to press enter once. AutoCAD will assume that we want to create another single line text object. We don't. Just press enter to close out the single line text command. Now at the moment that text is a bit close to that section view, so what you can do is just click on the text, and you'll notice now you've got the default left grip, that one, but you've got your middle left grip as well. Click on the middle left grip, drag to the right, and using your polar tracking, can you see we're at a 0 degree polar tracking angle? We can use direct distance entry to type in 25 and then press enter. And you'll see that moves the section view text 25mm to the right. Hit escape a couple of times just to deselect the text. Now the other really good thing is you can copy bits of text. So if I select my section view text, can you see it highlights when I move over it? Click on it once, right click, and we'll use copy selection on the shortcut menu. And then what we'll do is the base point will not be on the text. Use the bottom right corner of the section view and go to the bottom right corner of the side view. As you can see, it copies neatly. Press enter to close out the copy command. Now that lower view is not a section view, it's a side view. So we hover over the text, double click on it, and you'll notice it highlights now and we can edit it. So if you click inside this sort of bluey grey box, cursor appears. Using your arrow keys now and your backspace key, we can go in there and put side view like that. Move the pointer away from the text and click, and that updates accordingly. Notice it's asking you to select another annotation object to edit, which we don't need to do. So just press enter to finish the command. If you zoom out slightly now, you can see that we've nicely labeled our section view and our side view. What we're going to do now is we're going to do another copy, but we're going to put it onto the plan view below. So there's our side view text. Click on it once, and we're going to basically click on that grip just there, the middle left grip, left click. We're then going to right click and use the grip editing tool. So we're going to click on move, and then we're going to right click again and select copy. Make sure you do that second right click with the copy, otherwise your original side view text will not stay there. Pan up a little bit and just pop that side view text underneath the plan view and click. You'll see it appear there. As you move away, just hit enter to close out the copy move on the grips, and hit escape a couple of times to make sure you deselect that side view text up here. Now we're going to zoom in on the plan view now, and we're going to select the side view text here, and we're going to right click and go to properties. That will open up the properties palette here. Now I'm just going to make this a little bit bigger for you so that you can see what's going on. There we go. Now the side view text is a text object, but the good thing is I can do lots of editing in this text area of the properties palette. I can change the justification. So we're going to go for top center this time, TC. And you'll notice now, can you see we've got a top center grip just there? So we can close the properties palette. The text is still selected. Click on the grip, and we're going to drag up to the midpoint there, hover over that midpoint, do not click, and then just drag vertically downwards using your polar tracking. Just do this freehand, you don't need to type a distance in, and just left click. And you'll see that's nicely centered now using that top center grip. Hit escape a couple of times just to deselect the text. Now, that isn't a side view, so we do need to hover over the text and double click on it. Edit it like we did before, so click in the grey bluey box. Use your backspace there like that. Change that to plan view. And then you don't need to press enter, just click away from the text in the drawing, and it will prompt you for another piece of text that you might want to edit. We don't want to edit anything, so you just press enter to close out the command. Double click on the wheel now to zoom extents, and you'll see now that we've got some nice labels there on our views in the model tab. Click now on the plan view layout tab, bottom left of the screen. You'll see we've got a simple plan view title block ready to go. And what we're going to do, we're going to just adjust this viewport ever so slightly and bring it down. And then we're going to place some notes text in the top right corner of our sheet here, ready to obviously communicate our design intent with our plan view sheet. Click on the outside of that viewport, just click there. Click on this grip here and just come vertically down using the polar tracking, click again. As you can see there, you've resized the viewport slightly. Just hit escape a couple of times just to deselect. Now we're going to use a different text style. That's why I kept the annotation panel pinned open. So we now go here and we click text style and we want title, or do we? No, it's not the title, that's this one. We want notes. Remember the one we created? Notes layout 3.5 millimeters. Now we need a different layer as well. So click on the layer drop down and we're going to have title text, that one there. Go over to our annotation panel here and click on the flyout and select multiline text. And then it's like placing a rectangle now when you place multiline text. Multiline text occupies a space. It's not just a single line text object. So I'm going to click here. Make sure you don't get any object snaps, otherwise it will snap to say the midpoint or the end point. So click, drag the area where you want the text to go. Get it as close to that edge. See that endpoint snap? Just move back a little bit so that endpoint snap doesn't highlight, and click again. Now you do get a little ruler appear, and you're now in the text editor contextual tab as well. So there's a whole load of tools here where you can work with your multi-line text. Now we're going to type notes first of all. Now before we do that, you might want to zoom in a little bit as well so you can see what you're doing. So just zoom in on that corner. So I'm now going to type notes, N-O-T-E-S, and a colon like that, and press enter. And you'll find that multi-line text behaves very much like something like Microsoft Word, where when you press enter, it just drops you down to the next line of text. A bit like a typewriter, if you remember those. Now, we need some numbered notes. Now, the nice thing about multi-line text is I can go up here to the paragraph panel, bullets and numbering, click on the flyout and select numbered, and there's my first number, number 1. So we'll put there all dimensions in millimeters. And you'll notice I am spelling millimeters the English way. My apologies there. Notice the spell check has picked up on that with the little red dashes underneath. You can go and change that if you wish using the spell check in AutoCAD. And then we'll do another one where we'll say, do not dimension from the drawing. Like so. So there's our multi-line text. And again, just like single line text, you can move away, just click, and there's our notes there. Now, if you click on multi-line text, can you see these little grip arrows? They change the column width, can you see, and you can make it bigger and smaller. So you click and drag and click again, and it just resizes. This grip here, the square one, click on it, and you can move your text along a little bit and move it around if you want to, like that. Hit escape a couple of times just to deselect the multi-line text. It's a good habit now just to double click on the wheel to zoom extent, especially when you're working with title blocks in the layout tabs. Then you can see the overall title block in the sheet. We'll jump back now to the model tab and we'll start looking at other methods of annotation in our AutoCAD drawings.